strong when we are one. We will roar and take our place. Let us rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. Well, 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 well. Through the storm and through the rain, we have come, we will prevail. Let your light now guide us through, for we need your help, oh God. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. Vandrezzer, 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 Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger.
Introducing the Vandrezzer FC mobile app. Get latest updates, fixtures, player profiles, and live stream our games in one touch. It's your one-stop handy place to follow everything Vandrezzer. Vandrezzer FC mobile app is available both on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Now, you can take Vandrezzer FC wherever you go. Vandrezzer FC won't walk that road without you.
I know a game. A game of friendship. A game of fairness. A game of passion. A game of surprises. A game of confidence. A game of discipline. Not a game of war. Not a game of anger. Not a game of hate. It's a game of love. A game of happiness. A game of excitement. And a game of unity. No to football hooliganism.
We won't walk that road without you. We are strong when we are one. We will roar and take our place. Let us rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We
After a series of postponements, D-Day, final day is finally here. Well, I hope we could say that because there's no sign of the final day opponent of Vandrezzer FC. So it's safe to predict that we might have a walkover here today. A very good afternoon and welcome to Lagos. This time it's not Agege Lagos, it is Surulere Lagos, the legacy pitch of the famous National Stadium that has hosted a number of memorable and iconic football matches for the Nigeria national team. I do remember vividly in the year 2000 when maybe one of the last high-profile games was played here. It was the final of the Nation Cup between Nigeria and Cameroon. Well, for those of you who don't know the story, it ended in a penalty shootout win for Cameroon, where Nigeria fielded arguably some of the best players in the world at that time. Nigeria did have a player playing for Arsenal, Nwankwo Kanu. Also had a player for Chelsea, Celestin Babayaro. For Borussia Dortmund, there was, of course, a man who had bagged the best player in Africa 3 years earlier, talking about Victor Ikpeba. You also had a player with Barcelona, first team, by the way, Emmanuel Amunike, and the list goes on and on. For Juve, it was Sunday Olise, and you name it. Well, today it's not about those heroes past. It's about the Lions, the future, the present. And it's a day we've all been waiting for. It's a legacy pitch of the National Stadium. I'm George Essien, welcoming you to today's broadcast, which would be quite an unusual broadcast because of what I said earlier on. No sign of Delta Force. Wow. I'm not going to be talking about this alone, but we're going to be allowing you to see what would happen when an opponent does not turn up. But to join me in analysis just before we see that is none other than a sports analyst and, of course, a football commentator as well. Kelechi Bennett joins me right now to preview this walkover as it is. A very good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, George. I mean, nice to be here. Okay, top knuckle, right? Respecting the COVID-19 protocols.
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're all certified fit to be here, and that's why we're not with our masks.
Yeah.
But Kelechi, quickly, in a matter of minutes, we're going to be seeing a walkover. It's quite evident. If you can take your camera down there, the players of Vandrezzer FC are walking to the match officials to see and to get the rules of how the walkover will be done. But let's talk about, I mean, this should have been a preview to what would have been an exciting game.
Absolutely.
Two teams that are very close on the table, same number, actually 2 points separating both sides.
Absolutely.
A win today would take Vandrezzer FC above Delta Force. And we're wondering, the question now would be, it's not anymore what you expect in the game, but why Delta Force didn't turn up for this game?
For me, I think it's quite disappointing because, I mean, this is like the season ender, so we expect both teams to come down here and slug it out and give the fans, what to cheer about and also give them some sort of entertainment. But right now, they're not here. And it tells you the story about the NNL this very season, so many upheavals, ups and downs, and not really good because Vandrezzer have actually come out to set up their equipment and they want to bring this live to their team supporters, their loyal army of supporters all over the world. And now we're about
and
to
even non-supporters as well.
Non-supporters,
all Nigerians and the rest of the globe.
Absolutely. And
what can you hazard a guess of why they're not here? We've not had any correspondence to it.
I don't even know. I tried to make inquiry. I tried to make some calls, place a couple calls here and there. Nobody has been able to give me the right answer. I mean, as regarding the reasons why they're not here. But I think for me, it's a huge downer as far as the championship is concerned because I mean, this is the modern age. So we expect they are waiting to be here to give us what we're looking forward to. But they're not here. But for me, I think life should move on. I mean, the 3 points in the back from Vandrezzer, that's for me good news.
Well, that's good news. 3 points and 3 goals is the formality if you fail to turn up for a game.
Yeah.
And well, maybe would you say, the coach will be excited? Well, from my part and from what I know, the team has been tuning up for this game.
Absolutely.
From Uyo to Lagos, waiting for this big day. hoping to finish the season on a high, in front of the teaming global audience.
Yeah.
Isn't it more of a disappointing turn of events for VFC than an exciting one?
Both ways. Disappointing in the sense that, everybody's ready here. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's ready. The equipment is ready. Yes, but you asked me earlier for the coach, how would he say this? Coach Bullos, I've known him for a long time. Remember, he used to assist Imama at Rangers when they won the MPFL. That's the top tier football championship in Nigeria. Right. So he's a manager who likes to be on the pitch, fight it out, who likes to slug it out on the pitch. Right now, it's not going to happen because the opponents, Delta Force are not right here. So I think it's a downer. I don't think he'll be looking. I also listened to the assistant manager. That's Yema. Yema said he's not happy, that he would like to get the points on the pitch of play, not from the back door or whatever way it's going to come into. So I don't think the manager Bullet will be happy with the turn of events, because he's a manager who likes to fight, who likes to go out there and then grab his share of his spoils. But it's not going to happen today. So I think he's going to be disappointed. But overall, for me, it's a huge downer on the part of the organizers. I don't know, even also on the part of the Delta Force who are not here, because they should be here. They should have been here, but again, they didn't give any reasons why they're not here. So it tells you the story of the NNL this very season. Not too good, some bad. Combination of so many things.
We will talk about the story of Vandrezzer FC in the NNL this season. It's a story that, we have written. If you followed all our updates in our website, you know that it's a story that has gone from ups and downs and all that. All right, especially we cannot forget match day 4. Well, in the absence of having any football game today, we'll be looking at Vandrezzer FC, of course, 2020-2021 in retrospect. If you've noticed, the camera must have picked out some of the players who just stepped back a bit, and then we would have the first 11 come out. Let's run through how the walkover is done. The players do come out, and then the referee looks at his watch and exactly kick off. In this case, we'll be using one half of the pitch.
Absolutely.
You can see that there's still some sort of sluggishness in terms of, the walkers who are around, because it's come to their notice that, there's no match going on today. But according to the rules, we still need to have at least a half of the field covered for this ritual. Can we just explain this ritual to the people?
Yes, the referee, has to, get to this center circle, definitely. About to, start the game, he will look at both ends of the pitch.
See the other team.
Vandrezzer, definitely. Okay, the other force is not there. Definitely, he would maybe time it, then blow the whistle, and it's a walkover. It's just very, very short, very, very brief. There's nothing too, not too long about it. Just very, very short.
Okay, maybe we'll not, try to explain it for you any further. We'll allow you see what will happen right here. Well, for a fact, it is the first game that Vandrezzer FC will be walking over an opponent. We like playing football. We like commentating on football. In fact, we're looking forward to a very good game today and waiting to shout the goals. But hey, we'll still be celebrating and saying victory, victory for Vandrezzer FC today. And so in just a matter of minutes, we'll be taking you straight to where the referee and the players are as soon as they file out. But before we go there, very quickly, while we're trying to hazard a guess of why Delta Force were not here, remember also, could it be the incessant postponement of this game? This game looked like it never was gonna come. It was supposed to be played in June, moved to July, and now it's in August. In fact, some teams had to send their players on break.
Absolutely.
Vandrezzer FC had to tell the players to go on a 2-week break before they came back. You think maybe Delta Force felt, we're safe on the table, no relegation, no promotion, and we've already sent our players home. Hey, let's just lift the game. It might be a too expensive a venture. Would you think that might be the reason?
Yeah, it might be the reason, but again, whatever the reason is, they should tell us or tell the opponents, that's the Vandrezzer Football Club, okay, we're not going to come or communicate with your reason to the NNL, the organizers of the championship. Okay, we can't make the championship because there have been so many postponements here and there, and maybe it would be like a huge cost for us to actually bear when we bring our team down to Lagos.
We don't know really what the reason.
We don't know. I'm just assuming. But again, no matter what is the reason, first of all, it's not about communication. Communicate your reasons to the authorities, or maybe to the Vandrezzer Football Club, to the NNL, for them to know. You can't just say, okay, we're not going to honor this very game because there have been several postponements at the game. There have been several postponements. It doesn't make sense because it doesn't go well with the championship and development. So I don't think any reason. Tell us beforehand.
We're going to take you straight to where the team is right now. All right, the production crew will take you straight. Let's see what's going on over there. There'll be more time to talk about the ups and downs of the league organization, ups and downs of Vandrezzer FC in the league this season, and some of the things that time will contain. So stick around and, welcome to this broadcast. Let's take you straight to the walkover process of this game between Vandrezzer FC and Delta Force.
Not a game of hate. It's a game of love. A game of happiness. A game of excitement. And a game of unity. No to football hooliganism.
We won't walk that road without you. We are strong when we are one. We will roar and take our place. Let our
So then finally, here comes the arrival of the Lions. We'll check it out, the starting 11 for VFC in the last game of the 2020/2021 NNL season. And it's called the Iron Maestro returns back to captain the Lions for the last time, and Daniel Emmanuel Aibu returns back to the goalpost alongside David Mack, Sahida Bishasong. Fantami Yusuf is also there, and as well Daniel Shegun, Somthochukwu Abraham, Amos Okoro, Samuel Edoho, Abraham Opara, and the last but not the least, Isaac Xavier. Look at the Lions in the traditional white and navy blue strips, looking very colourful in this last game of the 2020/2021 Nigerian National League. And Adamson checking out the starting lineup for Coach Tony Bolos. What's your take?
Yes, good afternoon to our viewers out there. It's a good starting lineup for Vandrezzer today. The final game of the NNL season. Yeah, the final game of the NNL season, and VFC looks like they would move to 5th place ahead of Delta Force, who are the opponents for today. Hopefully, Kimmich will want to see a good game today. We want to see a good game today against Delta Force, who are not here, but hopefully we'll get a 3 points.
Of course, 3 points. Let's take a look at our team of officiators for today's game. And the center referee is not a person, and Ajibo Chineme from Enugu State, alongside the AR1 Eze Edwin, also from Enugu State, and the AR2 Ihanacho Chukwu Emeka from Abia State, and the reserve referee Ruth Okafor from Lagos State. Of course, we're waiting to see the walkover process as VFC will be walking home with the 3 points and 3 goals. Adamson, oh, what a very rare scenario ever since VFC started this season's journey.
This is the first walkover for VFC. They'll be getting all 3 points today for the non-appearance of Delta Force against them. It's a good one for VFC. They don't need to sweat, they don't need to play, and it's 3 points in the bag for VFC today. They move up ahead of with 27 points ahead of Delta Force.
Of course, ahead of Delta Force, and Coach Tony Bolos will be absolutely happy. He can't wait to see the walkover process. The team of officiator, a female referee, Ajibo Chineme from Enugu State, about to hand over the 3 points and 3 spectacular goals for the Lions. The road has been rough and tough this season, Adamson, but despite that, Lions will be pulling.
Rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Lions of Nigeria. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Lions of Nigeria.
Pams 3-2 in both games. Sonto Chukwu red hot. I would have loved to see him play in this game. He has been firing on all cylinders. 3 goals in the last 2 matches VFC played. But there again, it's a walkover.
Yes, of course. Come to talk about their talisman, talking about Sonto Chukwu Abraham. That young man is absolutely on fire. Seen him score in the second friendly game against Bamsirap, a very fantastic one, grabbing a brace alongside David Mack, the free kick specialist, who sealed it for Coach Tony Bolos at that friendly game. Awesome one, wondering what would have prevented the oppositional team from making the trip down here. But Lions are ready to make sure they go home with something.
Okay, and you want to talk about the fact that this last match day was postponed by the NNL management, which naturally is not good for football. You don't want to kill the vibe of this team. You don't want to kill the management. You don't want to kill people who are putting their money and funds into Nigerian football. When you extend the league, it goes beyond what they've already planned for. And maybe Delta Force must have felt, okay, we are not in a relegation fight. We don't need to show up because this game is not that important. We are still in the NNL season next season, and hopefully we don't want to see much of this any longer. We want to see a good way of managing Nigerian football, especially the NNL.
Of course, definitely there has to be a penalty for this. As you can't imagine, the last match day fixtures has been there and you're trying to exempt yourself. This is very rare. Talking about this scenario that has already taken place, Adamson.
Well, yeah, in professional football, you don't want teams to get walkover. In most cases, you don't see this in professional football. But you would want to blame the NNL management, that is the NNL board, for this kind of thing that is happening today. Hopefully, we want to see the kind of punishment they will give Delta Force for not appearing. Naturally, it's 3 points and 3 goals for VFC today with non-appearance. But we would want to see a kind of slap on the wrist that, okay, for next season we don't want to see anything like this if you are playing your last game, whether you're fighting for the playoff position or you're in a relegation battle, we don't want you to miss any game. You must appear for all games, and the management of the NNL must also make sure that they don't extend the league season by maybe 2-3 weeks. It's cuts across the whole structure in the NNL.
Well, this was the inauguration. VFC has been fighting ever since, saying no to bad system of football in Nigeria. You can imagine states where the league has been postponed for a very long time, and now you find out that most teams don't comply to come and accomplish attacks. This is what they should be putting an end to. It's that time. All Nigerian football activities has been restructured. And don't forget, wherever you're watching us from now, don't forget the hashtag for this great event ace, hashtag VNDFC. That is it, VNDFC. That's the hashtag you should use. And wherever you're watching from, send down your comments to see the scenario that has just taken place now. The oppositional team never turn up for this great match. Adamson, I must say, there really has to be an end to this.
Oh yeah, definitely there has to be an end to this kind of show in Nigerian football. But you want to talk about the performance of VFC all through the season. This is the last game of the season. Vandrezzer has played 19. You remember that game against Stationary Stores? They pulled out of the NNL season and it was cancelled. So that's one of the reasons why Vandrezzer has played 19 games. They've won 7, they've drawn 3 and lost 9. They've scored 17 goals and they've conceded 23 goals. That's -6. So with the 3 points and 3 goals in this game this season, in this match before the end of today, Vandrezzer would have -3 and with 27 points.
Yes, not really bad at all. So the Lions, they have passed through a lot all throughout the 2020/2021 NNL season. It hasn't been easy, despite the road being rough and tough. They have been prevailing, all prolific and astonishing. Number 9 man of VFC, talking about Daniel Kolawole, the all-time leading goal scorer with 7 goals. We've been happy to bang more goals. Adamson.
Yeah, you know, Daniel Kolawole started the season very, very slow, and but he grew into the team. He found his confidence and was banging in the goals. He got a brace in a game, and from there it was all Kolawole Daniel. He was one of the main players, reasons why VFC moved out from the relegation position after Coach Tony Bulus came in. He became more focused and he was banging in the goals, getting in the goals. And Kimmich at home this season, VFC has played 9 games and they've won 6 and drawn 1 and lost just 2. You know, remember that game against Shooting Stars, who are currently top in the league in B1, and also Dynamite Force, who came at home at the Agege Stadium and won VFC 3-2 or 3-1. I can't remember.
Yes, it was a 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 is scoreline. But you want to talk about the impress of what David Mark has done in this team. Also, David Mark has scored 2 free kicks this season. One in a friendly game against Palm Syrup, and the other one, you remember that game against Osho United? Yes. Scored a beautiful free kick. He is one of the most influential players in VFC team. For me, I'm looking forward to next season. I want to see how these boys are going to find out and set up to move VFC to the NPFL.
Yes, that's it. Mr. Proudity, our staff really understood the league very well. The likes of Abraham Opera, and to call the Iron Master, Somthachuka Abraham, Samuel Edoher, and Daniel Shagan, Emma Sokorov, and Thami Yusuf, Isaac Xavier, the workaholic midfielder. That young man is a sensation. Oh, I must say, they will be very happy seeing them in the 5th position once they have been handed the 3 goals and so the 3 points. Yeah, they're really exercising themselves, moving the ball, trying to await the presence of the center referee, who's going to be passing the last judgment for the Lions. Although that's how it should be when you have a team like this who keeps everything in standard quality. You can imagine after much training, You still found the oppositional team not turning up. This has to stop and never to repeat itself again. The league bodies or Adamson really have to look into this matter to make sure things have been done at the appropriate time.
Yes, to make sure things are done at the appropriate time. But you might be wondering at home why the referees have not stepped onto the pitch. It's because naturally what the rule states it's only after 15 minutes they want to give the opponent enough time if they can make it on to the pitch. But it's after 15 minutes if the opponents do not appear at the stadium. The referees will step on the pitch, blow their whistle to signify the start of the game. If there are no opponents on the pitch, then they would ask the players to knock the ball inside the net and from there blow the final whistle, and that would be 3 points and 3 goals for VFC.
Definitely that's what the center referee, the only female among the male, Ajibor Chineme, Enugu State-born referee, is waiting to do. Judgment has to be passed accurately. You can see Coach Tony Bolus on the touchline watching his sports. Oh, I must say there would have been much goal in this game. We saw on the 13th of February 2021 there, where Lions went down the ancient city of Ogwashiku community of Delta States, the 8,000 sitting capacity Austin JJ Okocha Sports Stadium, to lock ons with Delta Force, where it ended in a barren draw. Lions ended up going home with 1 point after a red card was issued to the Iron Master Anete Okur. Adamson seen the bad pitch on that first station.
Yes, it was very devastating. The pitch was an eyesore. But VFC came out with a 1 point. One of the games VFC drew this season, they came out of that game with a 1 point. That's why struggling to put the ball on the floor the way VFC loves to play. But then again, they didn't appear at this beautiful stadium. What we are seeing, VFC would have done justice to today's game. The boys are flying. The boys are motivated. The boys are ready to go. Like they said, they said the Lions don't plan or think of what to eat. They hunt, and they were ready to hunt the Delta Force players today, but like we see, non-appearance.
They are absolutely hungry. Seeing the way they're passing the ball, they need something, they need a challenge. How to say it? Since Sahid Bishason, the Iron Master, Hanechokur, Abraham Apara, they're all set to devour anything that comes their way. All the club that gives you quality 10 minutes. Well, in VFC, Lions of Niger. Lions with a difference. Lions with class. Lions with absolute beauty. Are you beauty team? You will say. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching us from, avail yourself to drop your comments using the hashtag VANDFC. I'll tune into VFC TV. Lions were out to feed you just as usual. Despite all the challenges, still they are only awaiting the presence of the center referee to do the needful on a hectic season in the Group B Warren South Conference, the Nigerian National League. Lions will be heading to the 5th position. That's how it's supposed to be when you're nonchalant and lackadaistic in terms of abiding to the rules and regulation that governs the league you're into. I wonder what could really prompt Delta Force not to surface Adamson. What do we call this scenario?
Yes, but you want to talk about the fact that once you say the game, there's nothing really at stake for Delta Force or VFC today in today's game. Whatever happens, VFC are saved, and Delta Force are saved from the drop, and I guess that's one of the reasons why they decided not to show up, and also the fact that the NNL season was supposed to close like 2 or 3 weeks back, and it was extended for obvious reasons that were not sent to the management of various clubs by the NNL body. They just told them that the season has been extended without no proper communication channel on the reasons why it was extended. But you talk about budgeting. Some of these clubs are budgeted for the seasons already. With that extension, it made sure that some of these clubs could not access additional funds to prosecute these games. And they're coming in from Delta State, and it's one of the reasons. You talk about the logistics it will take to move players from Delta down to Lagos, and they must have considered all these factors and say, okay, we are not fighting the drop, we are not trying to gain promotion, so let's not even bother to come. We're safe.
Yeah, that's it. But I think it's right time Nigerian leagues should start looking up to European standard. No matter the position you are, you must make sure you draw the curtain. You started it, you have to finish what you started. Well, we aren't expecting to see this Adamson next season. All characters must abide to the rules and regulation that governs football.
Yes, for next season we expect not only from the football clubs, we expect a professional management of the NNL league next season. We want something that is very, very professional from the management also. We don't want to see this kind of scenario where teams would have planned to prosecute an home game, an away game, and the league season was extended for no reason whatsoever. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see players ready, gearing to go, ready to play a football match. The fans at home waiting to see their lovely teams playing a football match, and all of a sudden they get the news that the opponents are not around, the opponents are not appearing at this game.
It's always very annoying, I must say. Wherever you are, you have been sticking around with the Lions right from the first day of this great journey. We say a very big shout out to you. We love you. VFC love you. VFC loves you so much. We love you. We appreciate your patronage. So far, it hasn't been easy. You are very unique. I want you to know that you are absolutely important. Lions values you. Without you, there won't be the Lions. Without you, we wouldn't walk this road as far. We say a very big thank you. Thank you to all our followers on Facebook. Thank you to all our extreme followers on Instagram. Thank you. We appreciate you. Only with TV that brings you vibes, TV that makes you happy, TV that brings you the trainings, TV like no other, TV that does it better than any other TV that throws you with the quality entertainment in football. Group B1 South Conference hasn't been easy. Only on VFC TV. Of course, would walk that road without you, Adamson. They can never walk that road without a fan. Talking about VFC.
Definitely, Kimmich. In football, you need your fans, most especially the players would want to hear that noise, that support. Hopefully, from next season, we would want to see the fans at the stadium. The players would want to hear that noise, the noise the fans bring into the stadium. In European leagues, you see that football body, they've actually allowed fans into the stadium. Hopefully, for the NNL season, next season rather, would want to see fans at the stadium to support their clubs.
Yeah, that is it. We're expecting to see some shouts of glory where you will be seeing the Lions fans now happily to watch all matches live, while others who will be able to make up will still stick around with the app, with the VFC app. All the team of officiators having words with each other, and while they are doing so, they're checking in their time. Adamson, it happens to be the officiators, mainly from the east. In the center referee, the female among the male, in person of Ajibor Chineme from Enugu State. The AR1 Eze Edwin, also from Enugu State. The AR2 Ihanacho Chukwemeka from Abia State. What a very lovely one there from the officiators.
Yes, the fact that the officiators are mainly from the east, but you don't forget Ruth Okafor is also from the Lagos Referees Association. But then again, you talk about the way the VFC team are looking. They are ready to go. I know the fans will be expecting so much more from the Vandrezzer team for next season. They would already be looking at, okay, next season, can we make the playoffs? At least can we get into the playoffs to see if we can push for the MPFL slot. But then again, you talk about the way what the things the management are putting into place. You talk about fans engagement for next season also. Just like I said, the management of NNL and also the presidential committee and task force on COVID should try as much as possible to remove the restriction placed on having fans at the stadium. We want to see fans at the stadium. The players want to see fans at the stadium. The noise, the encouragement from the fans at the stadium will give a boost to this VFC team.
Yeah, that's it. Football with fans is always a very unique thing. Football without the fans, it's nothing. Well, despite the pandemic, it's that time they say adios to the fans restriction rules and regulation.
Don't worry, you can stop the
That is it. Any moment from now, Lions will be saying adios for the 2020/2021 NNL season. And that's Daniel Shagan alongside the iconic Isaac Xavier. The young man who has been absolutely sensational in the midfield.
I'm just getting some information.
And that's David Mack and Musoko, who would have been very happy to slam some balls in the net. Oh, Adamson seeing them with their traditional whites and navy blue. The Lions are hungry to roll, they're hungry to devour.
Yes, they're hungry and ready to go. Let's talk about the fact that the other games have started. I know for a fact the Rovers versus 3SC game, that the Shooting Stars of Ibadan, the game has started and it's presently 0-0. And just like I said, setting a goal is not enough. For a Lion, they want to hunt, and VFC we're ready to hunt the Delta Force team. But hopefully we'll see them hunt next season. And from the VFC team, that is the players here, it's adios after this game.
Yeah, that's it. It's adios indeed. And a very good game today of the Shobo Township Sports Stadium, where the second positions are talking about Goran FC will be taken and Oshun United. That will be a very great match, I must say, Adamson.
Yes, a very, very good match. Oshun United go round. They're fighting for the second position in this season NNL table, but to go and qualify for the playoffs rather. But then again, you talk about Oshun United are already gone. They'll be hoping to get a win to see if they can dislodge Giant Brillas from who are 9th on the log. Oshun United are 20th, 20 with 20 points and 11th on the NNL table, seated comfortably on 11th position with 20 points. But then again, you talk about go round. We'll be looking at the Ekiti United game. Ekiti United have 30 points and go round has 31 points. They will want to win and not draw that game, because if they should do that and Ekiti United go on to win by 4 goals or more or 3 goals or more, they would dislodge go round in the second position and move into that MPFL playoff spot.
Yes, of course. That's how it's going to go for the final game of the season. And due to the ongoing renovation of the 4,000 seating capacity Soccer Temple, the home ground of the Lions, they had to be a reshufflement, and we arrive here with the Legacy pitch. You've seen it very colourful, decorated with VFC branding. Oh, a very big thanks to the management of VFC putting things in place. It's not easy, very fast, and everything went accurately. That's it. Adamson. No management in Nigerian football that is as fast, as unique, as great as this management of VFC. I must say they deserve a lot of accolades. Look at it at the Legacy pitch.
Yes, the VFC management deserves a huge amount of credit for what they've done with this team. You talk about the setup, the kind of players they brought to represent the team. You talk about the kind of managers they've brought into the team. Coach Tony Bulos, former with MFMFC, they brought him to steady the ship for VFC during the mid-season break. During the mid-season transfer break, they brought in players that could actually steady the ship and move VFC away from the relegation bottom. But one player that I know will be disappointed with not playing today is the goalkeeper Daniel Emmanuel. He has not started any game for VFC this season in the supposed to start easy in goal today, and the only game he played was a substitute appearance against
3SC
when Nwaka Emeka got a red card and he came on as a sub. He would have wanted to feature in this game as a goalkeeper to play this game against Delta Force, but all the same, it's 3.3 goals for Vandrezzer FC.
Well, that's it. The young lad talking about Daniel Emmanuel. You will have been so happy to make his first stats. That would have been so awesome. The young man who came in the 73 minutes of the Otumba Digmore Dinner Sport Stadium. Djibouti, the game against 3SC, the first position side on the table. Great footsteps for the Lions. They're still awaiting the arrival of the oppositional team. Of course, I really love the way the officiators are really handling things. They have to make sure the right time is when exhausted, just like you said. That's what they're waiting for. Once it is exhausted, the female referee will stomp the pitch with her team of officiators, talking about Ajibor, Chineme.
Yes, a good one for the center referee. Waiting, I guess they've extended it by another 15 minutes. They want to give them 30 minutes to see if they can actually appear for this game. I would want to see them appear. I want to see VFC win. But then again, it's a good 3 points for VFC without actually doing the going to war against Delta Force. But you talk about the goalkeepers in the VFC team. Paul Emenike also came mid-season to join VFC. We started 5 games with 2 substitute appearances, 2 clean sheets also for the goalkeeper with about 10 saves. He conceded 5 goals and won the man of the match for one of the games and player of the month for one time. He has a save percentage of 50%. That's the same number of save percentage with Shegun Alabi, another VFC goalkeeper, with an average save of 1.5 saves per game. And that's a good one for Paul Emenike. That's one of the reasons why I said Emmanuel will not be happy with this one. He would have gotten the opportunity to improve on his statistics, improve on his average saves per game. But then again, VFC are getting the 3 points and 3 goals.
Yes, of course. Talking about Paul Emenike, the young man who arrived in the mid-season. It's been awesome in the goal, keeping all those clean sheets and breaking those records. That shows you how unique the young man is. He is really fit and preparing for next season, and the players files in front of the officiators. That same was Okoro, the workaholic VFC winger. Fanthami Yusuf, who also joined the squad in the mid-season. Standing beside him is Samuel Edeho, who goes by the name Zaha, Abraham Apara, and they gathered to have a few interaction section. And the officiators fouls out in the number. Isaac Xavier, Abraham Apara, Samuel Edeho from Thami Yusuf, Amos Okur, Samthochiku Abraham, Sahida Bishasang, Daniel Shagun. That's the free kick specialist David Mack. Daniel Emmanuel Aibir, VFC goaltender. And the last but not the least was the unique captain among the Lions, Renato Curl, the Iron Master, who has been consistent in his office. Adamson, a very brilliant young lad, you will say.
Yes, a very brilliant young lad. Just a bit of information to our fans watching at home. Cambridge Ekiti United or Lawale Isiaka has taken the lead against Dynamo and Dynamo Force. It's 1 goal in favor of Ekiti United. With that goal, it means that Ekiti United are now second on the log ahead of Dynamo Force.
The old VFC player having words with Coach Tony Bowlers. Oh, Adamson, guess what? Did you just see what I saw, Adamson?
Yes, KMH, the referees, they've given their verdict, and that's 3 points, 3 goals for VFC at the end of today's match day against Delta Force. It means VFC have moved up a bit on the log, and they are safe and hopefully will prosecute games next season in the NNL.
It's rock time. It's what time they say adios. 3 points and 3 goals has been handed to the Hungry Lions in a very, very fantastic atmosphere of the Legacy pitch. That's it. The center referee has done the needful. The judgment has been passed on VFC straight up to the 5th position, and that's it. It's all over. It's all over. It's all over, I must say. Thank you to all our esteemed followers, all our esteemed fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We say a very big thank you for a successful 2020/2021 Nigerian National League season. They look up to the upcoming pre-season, Adamson. That's what the boys will really look up to now. And a photograph section with the coach and the players.
Yes, with the coach and the players there. I'm taking a group photograph right now on the VFC team. But one thing our fans need to know is you don't need to go, you don't need to log out. You don't need to log out from your app. That Vandrezzer FC are going to entertain the crowd, do a little bit of ball walk, ball jogging at the end of this group photograph. So once again, it's a way of giving back to our fans who have been loyal to VFC all through the season. We are saying thank you from us and also from the players. Thank you for sticking to VFC.
Yes, of course. Stick around with the TV. Don't forget.
All 18 players going up for this game.
Make sure you don't turn off your app. Just stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Something astonishing is about to be unleashed.
So as it stands, by the way,
and the Lions are going to be taking on themselves just to entertain the fans. It's not easy to whom much is given, so much is absolutely expected. Stick around, we appreciate you. This few moment of entertainment. The Lions have something in stock for you.
Let's inform you that
yes, while they are preparing to do that playoff, let me say playoffs or entertainment game for our fans at home, we are monitoring all the games, other matches in the NNL season, NNL final day, just like our own Go Rush here, but VFC Rush. Okay, and thereby we want to say no matter what happens in other away matches, other games, and this match day, VFC would finish either 5th or 6th place in the NNL season, and that's a good one for VFC. You remember the last NNL NNL season. The previous NNL season was not concluded. They played only one game because of the COVID pandemic. That is the 1920 NNL season. But they abandoned that season and coming into play in the first NNL season for Vandrezzer FC 2021 season. It's a good one to finish either 5th or 6th place. They've gathered the experience they need to prosecute the NNL season next season.
Yes, of course, it's just to launch the attack via the upcoming season. That's what the Lions really hope to do.
Just like you can see, preparing for that friendly match against themselves, and Daniel Emmanuel is in goal. That is playing from left to right, while Paul Emenike is in goal in the other post, playing from right to left. And the guys are changing their wearing their warm-up jerseys to play against each other. Hopefully the fans would enjoy this. It's a friendly between both sides.
It's because friendly between both sides. Lions sharing themselves to roll together, to celebrate together. But yet, not a successful season. Let's go to Nodor, Ian, Xavier, Isaac, Fenthami Yusuf, Daniel Shagun, Samuel Edeho, Kinsley Akpan, and Daniel Emmanuel. Playing for Team A, and Raul Desmond Ojetafen, Maxwell Okoli, Amos Okor, and Echoko. Of course, to our excellent fans, we'll be right back for the commencement of the nine-a-side game. Stay tuned. Don't forget, stick around with the TV that brings you all glory in the Nigerian National League.
All right. Well, we hardly analyze such games. Great work there by the commentators, no doubt. Just running you through all that has happened. Yes, it's no film trick. It happened here live. Vandrezzer FC have walked over Delta Force. Kelechi, very quickly, before we see the exhibition game, it's a 9-a-side. Let's get your thoughts. I remember we talked before this walkover.
Absolutely.
And now that you've seen it happen, it took quite long, 35 minutes thereabouts. What's your assessment?
Well, for me, I think it was like easy peasy for Vandrezzer football club. So 3 points in the bag. Yeah, you complain about the formalities taking so long. You know, it's the NNL, it's Nigeria. Things need to be done properly. They say it's due process, so maybe that also took some time off everything. So I think overall, everything was performed. There's 3 points in the bag for Vandrezzer, but the time it took for the referees to actually, get things sorted out for me, was a bit disappointing. And for me, I didn't understand what was going on.
All right, we usually see 15 minutes. Looks like they were still expecting the away side to turn up. And just quickly though, yes, now the team will be playing for the sake of the viewers, for the sake of those who have tuned in today. And this we can't just allow this beautiful branding to waste, all right? We're having a 9-a-side game. What do you think about that one? The 18 players, and of course we'll be, testing it out right here. Good, innovative, right? Very innovative.
Absolutely,
Coach.
Absolutely. For me, I think it's all about branding. I mean, I saw what's down here. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, for the coaches, in Yema and also bowlers and the players, you can just come and take the 3 points and go home just like that. And just sweat it out a little bit, But I don't think it's going to be competitive, Just go down, shake it up a little bit, go home, relax, and maybe prepare for the next season. So I think it's good even for the few guys around here in the stadium to actually watch the game that was supposed to happen between Vandrezzer and the Delta Force. Right now, they're going to watch something a little bit of an exhibition game. So it's so good. So people will go home happy, entertained, and also overjoyed by what happened here. So I think it's all good.
All right. We'll have more time right after this game. We're handing you back to our team of commentators, Donald Akban Kimmich and Adamson Agada, as they take us through this 9-a-side game between Vandrezzer FC and Vandrezzer FC. Stay tuned.
Through the storm and through the rain, we have come.
Please fix something now. As Team A, the Lions, will take the pass. There's Moon Ojetafen. It's David Mack. And Echo called the Iron Maestro. Pushing forward, Tratu Sports, Abraham Apara. Was quickly intercepted there. Kingsley Ackman and Golden Oldor. Sends it back to Samuel Edeho. Isaac Xavier plays it back to Daniel Segun. Daniel shaking the ball still with him. Saeed. Isaac Xavier. There's one on the side to Trill defense. That's what the Lions will do in. Isaac Xavier, Team A trying to keep the ball down. Here's your Adamson. Can you see these Lions playing against Lions?
Yes, Kimmich, it's a way of entertaining the fans, a way of thanking the fans for being there all through the start of the NNL season. And the boys are just kicking it about, having fun, just to sweat it out, and hopefully we would see 1 or 2 goals by David, Mike, and Uko, because I want to see them score.
Yes, that's it. You've already said everything. Saeed, Samuel Edeho, Isaac Xavier. Playing around with the ball, trying to let you know how they are ready for next season. Amos Okoro. Also part of the team A, Sam Leader, who comes to the rescue. Isaac Xavier quickly holds his ball. Finds Golden Uldor. Golden, Kinsley Akpan, Fantami Yusuf, who sends it to the half of Daniel Aibio. Isaac Xavier has been dispossessed. And Maxwell Okoli, and they win the ball back very neatly. Amos Okoro happens to be the neutral man there.
Yes, Amos Okoro, the neutral man in this team. David Mark with the ball. Passes back to Desmond and Kimmich for VFC Rush. It's a 2-0 in favor of Osun United against Dynamo Force. And you know Ekiti United is leading, so Ekiti United are second on the log, while Osun United are third. It's the fight for the playoffs, the second playoff spots in the B1 NNL season.
Not so quickly, it's David Mack. Mack to go. Sports, Abraham Opera, Maxwell Okoli, squares it, Abraham Opera, some thought to kill, quickly placed it down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a goal made with class. Abraham Opera welcomes the first goal for Team B. Well, the Lions catching fun with themselves.
Okay, Kimmich, a bit of information. I'm sorry about that. As it stands now, Ekiti United are second on the B1 log. While go round at third because go round are currently losing to Osun United 2-0 at the Oshogo Township Stadium.
As I really know that game was going to be a very tough game. As it is, back in the pitch, Maxwell. Leveling things there. Oh, it's the second goal for Maxwell Okoli. Team B are really burying Team A, Adamson.
Yes, the Team B are taking it, so Team A, the lead 2-0. The way to close it, a friendly game between VFC teams.
So supposing we had Delta Force now by now, it would have been the same scoreline as that.
Those galore for VFC, like you see on the pitch, the man, the highest goal scorer for VFC this season, the bull Kolawole Daniel, is not on the pitch. He's not on the pitch. But if that game had happened, I expected Kolawole Daniel would have done justice to the football game today.
That's it. He would have snatched the lead already for the Lions. And it took Maxwell Okoli. Good one there. Some touch of Abraham. Chance in the box. What does he do? Oh, try to lay that pass, but couldn't finish it. Yes, Daniel Emmanuel came to the rescue of that ball. David Mack, the pass master. Sports Paul Emenike. Isaac Xavier trying to collect that ball, but couldn't finish it. Desmond Ojetafen on the run now. So look at David Mack. Mack trying to look for an alternative. Oh, great play there. Desmond. Back to Maxwell. Maxwell really having his good time there. Faraz Otun. Abraham Apara. Trying to send that pass, but couldn't get to Faraz Otun. And Isaac Xavier lifts the ball to Sahid. Start up the counter, Golden Odoyen. Beautiful one there. Samuel Edo has been dispossessed. A son thought you got Abraham. David Mack lines that one appropriately. Desmond.
Morocco with the ball gives it to Fawaz. Then again, you talk about the influence of Somto Chukwu. The guy has actually grown in this VFC team. You know, he scored 3 goals at that two friendly games that were played. But one man you want to also talk about is Xavier and also Saeed Obishason. Those guys stepped into the VFC team at the mid-season, and they just strode into the VFC 11 because of the quality they bring into the team. Xavier with 7 number of assists for VFC this season, and you talk about the likes of Abraham Okwara, and also his defensive partner
Yes, alongside Desmond Ojetafian and Daniel Shegun.
Yes, Daniel Shegun, both players, they've stepped up their games for VFC this season, restricted the way VFC conceded goals. You remember they were struggling at the start of the season, but those guys came into the team, they steadied the ship, they steadied the defense, and the coach wasn't really bothered about the way VFC were conceding, because they were not conceding goals, and he focused on this. His focus was on the midfield and in the attack. Then he brought in Savio and Said to steady the ship in the midfield, playing alongside Anyete Uko. Then what do you expect? Kolawole Daniel was getting the balls, and
to our ex-team fans and followers, Lions are ready for a year next season with more trillings. Look at the quality branding. Oh, I have never seen this in the Nigerian football. Bring in the inaugurations in Nigerian football. Vandrezzer football team. Spectacular. The first team to be verified on Instagram. Oh, Adamson, what a huge achievement.
yes, you talk about the first team in Nigeria, the first football club side in Nigeria, to be verified on Instagram. But yet again, you talk about what the management of Vandrezzer FC has done. They've stepped up the plate in terms of promotion, in terms of management of football club side in Nigeria. Vandrezzer FC, it's a step above the rest in terms of football management.
Yes, of course, they're always unique. Seeing them also becoming the first team in Nigeria to use the newly commissioned Lagos Ibadan Railway Station against the game in Abeokuta, Lion FC. It's a huge achievement, a record.
A record met by nobody. After that game, when they went away at Nilayo, VFC lost 2-0, by the way. Another MPFL team took the trade after VFC did it, and they said, okay, but these guys are using it, why don't we try it? So VFC has set the pace, and others are following.
Well, that's it. As they are following, I beg their pardon, they should follow suit in terms of good football, good officiating. They should drop all attitude and embrace good football. For us, Maxwell Okoli drops it to Abraham Opara, who sends the sublime pass to Paul Emenike. Well controlled there, and hands it to Desmond, who finds David Mack. David Mack also look at Emma Sakura, and back to David Mack. Sublime cross, that's it. Oh, Somtho really has to acknowledge that it's just a friendly game. Look at how he slammed that ball. Powerful. Trying to tell Daniel Aibir. I think he's trying to assume Daniel Aibir happens to be the shot stopper of Delta Force.
But apparently he looked at the pass from David Mack to Okwara Abraham. Sublime pass, sublime effort, and good goal scoring opportunity for Somtho Chukwu. And the man is red hot. Like I said, 3 goals in 2 games. You don't expect him to miss that opportunity. I wish he must have been thinking, oh, this looks like Delta Force goalkeeper. Let me just blast the ball and see if I can get one and register one.
I must say, that's what I call preparation, meeting opportunity there for success. Absolutely guaranteed. Desmond trying to chest the sworn, or does he hold it? Yes, he does. David Mack in the box, looking for an alternative. Spots the Iron Master, who returns it to Desmond. Faraz Otun back to Anetuka. Anetuka sends the ball to Abraham Opara. Well, Opara makes a good decision. Look at Inemo Socorro, who finally hands the ball to Anetuka. Faraz Otun, Maxwell Okoli. Desmond, will he cross? Or instead of crossing, he decided to keep the ball with David Mack. Half time has been out there. 3 goals for Team B, while Team A are yet to welcome the first goal. Fantastic one there.
Yeah, the midfield of Oko Anyete and David Mark are dictating the pace for Team B. Team A is looking lost at the moment with no bite at all in the game. But you want to talk about the disappointment of not playing a competitive game today. But this is a friendly, and the guys are taking it as such, a friendly game between both teams.
At least with all the training they have been engaging themselves with, they just have to shake off a bit. That's what they've really done. And second half kickstarts immediately as the two teams have swapped position.
Yeah, the swap position and waiting for the second half to begin. Current scoreline is Team B leads Team A 3-0. And then again, Kimmich, the all-round performance of VFC this season at the NNL, it's been magnificent. It's been good. The team stepped up to the plate to challenge the NNL throws its way, and hopefully the guys they've learned, they've understood how to prosecute games in the NNL. So hopefully next season VFC would be challenging for the playoff spot.
Yes, I must say it's not easy. VFC has been absolutely strong. They never gave up despite all the challenges, all the agonies they passed through because of the season's NNL. I must say it's not easy. Still fighting back to make sure they finish up in the 5th position. Oh, that was a very huge one for them. It's not all about having challenges. It's how you withstand it and how you conquer it. The Lions are a very good example. I must say, the bad scenario we saw in Oshoba Township Stadium where the media team of VFC were threatened.
Yes, those are some of the issues we had with the NNL season for VFC. They were threatening that game in Oshun at the Oshogo Township Stadium. You talk about what happened at Rovers. In that Rovers game, they weren't allowed at first to bring in their cameras. You talk about the game also away against I guess it's go round. Kimmich, correct me. The go round game where VFC were not allowed to bring in their cameras into the stadium, and they actually walked away from the game. But the NNL they applied for reasons why they walked away from that game. But the NNL management gave all 3 points to go around, which was actually not good for the management this season. But then again, VFC came out on tops in this season NNL season. Hopefully next season 2021 2022 VFC would look to a place in the MPFL.
That's it. That's the prayer, and that's what the players are determined to achieve. Well, then, restricting VFC. Well, don't you embrace good thing? Why don't you embrace the inauguration that has been brought into Nigerian football? We aren't expecting to see this come next season. Second half on the way. Daniel Shagan becomes a neutral player. You can see Coach Tony Bowlers catching fronts with the players. Desmond Ojetofian, Maxwell Okoli, David Mark. Max rises, look! Oh, goes in, she's wild. And we're so close.
Yeah, Kimmich, it looks like Team B are going on how to trash Team A. Look at the way David Mark took that shot. Ferocious shot, open to get a goal. But now Godin with the ball, gives Xavier, and that's a goal for Team A. Xavier with a goal, 3-1 in favor of Team B, though.
They finally start up the scoring campaign. Talking about Team A, it's 3 goals to 1. 3 for Team B and 1 for Team A. Let's see if they're able to equalize and level things. Isaac Xavier try to trick Desmond. Oh my goodness, that was can you believe that? The Iron Master deceived Isaac Xavier, who wanted tricking Desmond Ojetofian.
Yes, Kimi, it looks like it's a game of 2 halves. Yeah, Team A is presently pushing to get that equalizer. Team A is actually pushing to get that equalizer.
or chocolate as well. Faraz. Trying to look at Daniel Shagun. He wasn't expecting that pass. You see him trying to let Faraz return now. Kingsley Akpan. Amos Okur. Sahid Abishison plays it to catch Tony Bowlers, who try to make some beautiful runs. And Coach Tony Bowlers with the ball. Fanthami Yusuf. Daniel Shagun. Exit to Samuel Edeho on the run now. Oh, he's been dispossessed. Desmond, great play. The ball still within Sports. Abraham Apara who sends it to Aneto Ko. Oh, Team B really dealing with Team A. Adams.
Yeah, it's a counter for Team B. Somtochukwu with the ball. He tries to dribble Savior, gives it to Fawaz or to Somto with an easy layup into the empty goal post. Daniel couldn't do anything, and it's 4-1 in favor of Team B.
Oh, genius! Absolute genius! Would you believe it? Somtochukwu with another one there. 4 goals now.
Yeah, 4 goals if you actually counted the two. Actually 5. He scored 3 in that friendly, 2 friendly against Immortality and Palm Syrup. He scored 3 goals, and now he has scored 2 in this game. So like I said, Somtochukwu is hot already, but there is no opponent in front of him. So why not score enough goals today?
Yeah, definitely the young man will really love to add more to his collection. Sahid. Isaac Xavier. And the ball heads to the path of Golden. Sports Sahid. Kingsley Akpan controls it very well. Tries his luck. Brilliant save from the goaltender Paul Emenike. Will quickly make that ball hiss. Oh, Daniel Shagun. Daniel. Emmanuel Fanthami Yusuf. Isaac Xavier. The man with the brilliant goal against Jan Brelis. And then with on the leg, that great fixture of the 25,000 sitting capacity in Nanda Zikiwe Sports Stadium. Fanthami Yusuf. Kingsley Akpan. Will he get it? Oh, too much elevation of that ball there.
Yes, too much from Kingsley Akpan. He's actually getting space in the left side of the pitch. You saw that first drive by him, and you expect Paul Emenike, goalkeeper Paul Emenike caliber, to deal with that one every time, every day. But it's a good one now. Team A are stepping off the plate, looking like they want to equalize, but it's 4-1 in favor of Team B, and Team B are daring to go again. Looks like Somtochukwu will get another goal in this game.
The young man scores with ease. Oh my goodness! Absolutely devastating! Oh, can you believe that? Oh, Adamson. This is what I call. Oh, this is so frustrating.
Yeah, Somtochukwu is actually enjoying himself in this game. He's turning this game into a match, a competitive match for him. Playing with direction, purpose, and he couldn't get that going in that one. But it looks like, okay, well, let me see if I can dribble the goalkeeper. You remember that game where JJ Okocha dribbled the all players in the pitch, and also Oliver Khan suffered him in that game. That was the same thing Somtochukwu just did.
Yes, and that has made Coach Tony Bowlers to assemble the men. Oh, the great one there. You see Daniel Emmanuel Ibier still laughing at that red scenario. But still catching fun, trying to thrill the fans after a successive NNL season. Oh, Coach Tony Bowler's horseplay. It's a half jogging section there.
Yes, it looks like they're warming down right now, looking to close and wrap up things for today. All right, if you're just joining us, it's 3 points and 3 goals for VFC today because of the non-appearance of Delta Force. The game was a walkover for Vandrezzer FC, and as such, they were awarded 3 points and 3 goals. And they're presently 6th or 5th position. Whatever happens, other matches are going on right now in the NNL. Last match day of the season. Hopefully before the end of today we would get a wrap of where VFC would finish at the end of today.
Of course, at the end of today, all to our great fans who have stuck around with us, all throughout the warn of this great adventure. We're saying we love you, we won't walk that road without you. It's not easy. To all our spectacular, astonishing, verified Instagram followers who say we love you, and they're trying to stretch Coach Tony Bowlers. Indeed, a prolific coach. By reputation, so by fact. The former NFM coach who came in the mid-season to pull up the boys from the position they were to the 5th position. Lions appreciate your effort so far, alongside his assistant coach Yemi Roland Ray, and all departments in VFC who have made sure the 2020/2021 season turned out to be a success. We appreciate you. VFC are absolutely grateful. They say the good Lord Almighty bless you and replenish you. They urge you to do your work, do your best on behalf of the media crew, VFC TV. We say we love you, Lions, smiling at you for a job well done. For yet another successful season. Ultra the medic. We say a very big thank you. All our media, all our broadcasters, we say a very big thank you. Everyone who is putting their best to make sure the season goes well, and that's the Lions. They finally chanted the motto, Vandrezzer FC, who say, won't walk that road without you. There you roll for the last time before they say adios. And up next is going to be the pre-season coming up within a short while.
Yes, the players will be looking towards the pre-season that will be happening in preparation for the 2021-2022 NNL season. But it's been a good season for VFC either way, stepping up the plate and finishing in the top half of the league table, and it's a good one. The players have gained the valuable experience that would help them prosecute next season. Hopefully we want to see some of these guys in the team next season. Some of the players who have played in this team, the VFC management would want to keep the core of this group together. Hopefully they can prosecute next season. The experience, the unity they've built together, the motivation to carry on and push VFC towards a place in the NNL Super 8 playoffs next season.
Yes, of course, that's what is going to be cooking in storage. We're about to say adios to from the commentary box, and while they're doing so, they are celebrating the birthday of this astonishing great man, the young man who has been in the media and publicity department in person of Henry Natty. Oh, Happy belated birthday, the Lions. Share in your joy. On behalf of the commentaries, we say a very big thank you to Walter Rush, Mighty George Michael, commentator, and Adamson. A very big thank you. And I'm your commentator, Donald Kimmich. I say adios. I say goodbye. Thank you.
We will prevail. Let your light now guide us through. For we need your help, oh God. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of nature. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of nature. Vandrezzer, 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 Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of nature. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of nature.
Introducing the Vandrezzer FC mobile app. Get latest updates, fixtures, player profiles, and live stream our games in one touch. It's your one-stop handy place to follow everything Vandrezzer. Vandrezzer FC mobile app is available both on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Now, you can take Vandrezzer FC wherever you go. Vandrezzer FC won't walk that road without you.
I know a game. A game of friendship. A game of fairness. A game of passion. A game of surprises. A game of confidence. A game of discipline. Not a game of war. Not a game of anger. Not a game of hate. It's a game of love. A game of happiness. A game of excitement. And a game of unity. No to football hooliganism.
We won't walk that road without you. We are strong when we are one. We will run and take our place. Let us rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. guide us through. For we need your help, oh God. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. Vandrezzer, 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 Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger.
Introducing the Vandrezzer FC mobile app. Get latest updates, fixtures, player profiles, and live stream our games in one touch. It's your one-stop handy place to follow everything Vandrezzer. Vandrezzer FC mobile app is available both on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Now, you can take Vandrezzer FC wherever you go. Vandrezzer FC won't walk that road without you.
I know a game of friendship, a game of fairness, a game of passion, a game of surprises, a game of confidence, a game of discipline. Not a game of war, not a game of anger, not a game of hate. It's a game of love, a game of happiness, a game of excitement, and a game of unity. No to football hooliganism.
We won't walk that road without you. We are strong when we are one. We will run and take our place. Let us rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. Through the storm and through the rain, we have come, we will prevail. Let your light now guide us through, for we need your help, oh God. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of Niger. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions. We give glory to God, and want to appreciate our president for being with us all through. Yeah, we had a walkover today, which we're happy about. We're not really happy about not playing the game because our vice chairman is around. We wanted to entertain him and win. It will have been a end with the winning. Very happy because we did not. We escaped the drop, and we finished like 5th, which is okay for us. It has been a very challenging season, and the lads are beginning to understand the way we want them to function, and this will have been a very good opportunity to still see them at the end of this game. Had it been we play it, but we've been in Uyo in the last couple of 2 weeks. We've played a couple of friendly games, which the boys were able to prove that yes, they understand what we want them to do now. Yes. Very bad for football. If we are not understand what we need to do, 3 weeks is a long time for an athlete to stay off his job. Well, too many issues. I believe they will improve on what happened this season. There's too many issues that needed to be attended to immediately, and it get extended, and the league keep dragging. You see, if issues happen, let's take example from England. If there's any issue in a game, under 24 hours it will be resolved, not leaving it for too long before the issue gets resolved. What I really want Vandrezzer is a team that if you have anything to do with, you don't have a choice than to love the team. Whether I'm here or not, my support, my love is still with the team. Yeah, I really want to appreciate every one of them on the social media, our supporters that comes to the stadium to watch our game. We really want to appreciate them. They have been with us even at the time things were very difficult for the team. They stood behind us. We really appreciate them, and I'm giving them a promise that next season is not going to be like this again. We're really going to start on a stronger note next season, and by the grace of God, we give them the desire in PFL they want. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are lions of
Introducing the Vandrezzer FC mobile app. Get latest updates, fixtures, player profiles, and live stream our games in one touch. It's your one-stop handy place to follow everything Vandrezzer. Vandrezzer FC mobile app is available both on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Now, you can take Vandrezzer FC wherever you go. Vandrezzer FC won't walk that road without you.
I know a game of friendship, a game of fairness, a game of passion, a game of surprises, a game of confidence, a game of discipline. Not a game of war, not a game of anger, not a game of hate. It's a game of love, a game of happiness, a game of excitement, and a game of unity. No to football hooliganism.
We won't walk that road without you. We are strong when we are one. We will run and take our place. Let us rise and raise the flag. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Lions of Nigeria. We are Vandrezzer. We are Vandrezzer. We are Lions of Nigeria.
All right. Oh,
Apparently we're already live here.
we're live only to
Sign out, just in time to sign out. Interestingly, the Suns have come off at this moment. We just have enough time to say goodbye to the season.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. I think for me it was an eventful season, definitely for Vandrezzer. I think they had a swell time, definitely ups and downs, upheavals here and there. It's a mixed bag of experience for Vandrezzer.
Well, the first stanza of the season started on a high, until match day 4, when we encountered what we saw at Osun United. I was also in the mix. I had my leg broken.
Jeez.
Had a phone snatched, had cables cut, equipment destroyed, and things like that. And then we bounced from there.
Just it is all part of the learning curve.
Well,
definitely.
But remember at that
problems
time,
remember
at that time too, VFC also took some knocks, especially after walking out of the game against Go Round FC.
I know.
In spite of the complaints of harassment, extortion.
Absolutely. I feel your pain, bro.
So you remember, you followed all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like I said earlier,
the VFC pulled out and then came back. So it was really an interesting season.
Very interesting. Mixed bag for me, but again, overall, VFC, was able to make a huge statement. I mean, that exiting the league for me also brought some sort of attention to the championship. Okay, what was going on, and along the line, things were a little bit, sorted out, and you guys came back, and now it's easy peasy. The season ending not really on a good note.
Not easy peasy. When we came back, we had to encounter refereeing issues.
George, it is part of the learning curve,
No, let's talk about even the refereeing issue.
Absolutely.
It's part of the learning curve.
Yes.
It's something that we need to extinguish from our league. Poor officiating. How would you rate Nigerian referees and the league referees?
Officiating in the NNL second tier club football in Nigeria for me was a little bit. I think it was a huge downer for me because I had lots of complaints, especially in the games involving Remo Stars. I think Kenya or Ogun State. Yeah, I think I had loads of complaints coming from that very angle. So it wasn't good for the championship. So refereeing for me, standard for me, wasn't really good. But I hope the organizers have actually learned a couple lessons here and there. Maybe next season all of this will be put into perspective. Yeah, maybe put into perspective, and maybe we'll have a smoother or much improved refereeing standard for next season compared to what we saw this season that's going off.
Well, there's so much to say, and we probably just need to use this period of the league end to talk about a host of issues. Vandrezzer FC 4-1 during the season have launched a lot of campaigns. We talked about no to hooliganism. We also did preach about no to bad pitches in Nigerian football.
Absolutely.
It's a part of our One Lion campaign.
Yeah.
And a host of that will be doing this period. The need for adequate security, the need for proper fan sensitization. Some clubs do have fans. Well, some have supporters. I prefer supporters because supporters actually support the club.
Absolutely.
Apart from morally, financially as well, they would also know when a club says, please don't do this. They wouldn't. For instance, you know that when you harass your opponents, you might go in for a fine or a sanction.
Absolutely.
You know that when you encroach the pitch, there's going to be issues as well. So those are some of the things and many others that Vandrezzer FC would hope to do this season. And hopefully, like you said, maybe, hopefully, the NNL, which, as it is, Vandrezzer would be playing next season by virtue of staying in the league, would be able to do their own part.
Yeah.
One key part is sponsorship. I believe that when there's sponsorship, the referees should be able to be content with what they get from the league, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Look for extra pay.
Yeah, I agree with you. Right now it boils down, to the structure of the championship, because I hear, the home teams will take care of the indemnities for the referees. For me, that shouldn't be the case, because somehow you're giving room for a little bit of last year some malpractices here and there. But if you have a sponsor who is taking care of the referees, indemnities, all these things will be wiped out. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think you touched a very, very sore point, sponsors for the championship. I remember back in the day, it used to be good when former commissioner for sports in Ogun State was in charge of the championship. It was a little bit good. We saw some good things happening in the league until he left. So things went a little bit low.
Is it about an individual now?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he tried to put in place some things, in place, some structures in place. Maybe I think he actually left the whole scene angry, so everything somehow collapsed because it was a little bit premature kind of a thing. Yeah, I get your point. We have sponsors, who are handling so many things here in the championship.
What do we need to do to get sponsors in the league?
It's all about marketing, branding, what Vandrezzer is doing right now. Right? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So right now, other clubs need to also key into this. It's not only Vandrezzer. Vandrezzer cannot do it alone, Other clubs need to, for example, what happened today for me was a huge downer. Okay, you're not coming for the game against Vandrezzer. That's our forwards. And even inform any person. If nobody knows, the match commissioner never knew, the referees never knew. And these are the things, they could be small, but somehow they could be impacting negatively on the drive for you to get sponsors. And so I think there are so many things to be fixed. First of all, the NNL needs to get their house in order.
Organization-wise.
Yeah, organization. Yeah, it needs to be top notch a little bit. I'm not saying that it should be maybe. Yeah, I think we should be looking forward to what will happen in Europe. I'm not saying it should be that level, but again, aspire. Once you aspire, you'll be getting things, resolved along the line. So, but that is not happening. So, like I said earlier, hopefully next season lessons have been learned for this very season. Everything will be taken into the stride for next season. So next season we might be seeing something good. I just hope so, because they say it's the most important championship in Nigeria.
That's what they say. Well, what else is there to be said? Vandrezzer FC. Okay, let me bring the points that you did ask off camera. You said shouldn't be in the NNL next season. The MP. Can you restate that and why you think so?
Yeah, I think Vandrezzer should be playing in the top flight, because because if you check exactly what they have coming for them in terms of the branding, the marketing, the paparazzi, all the noise, the equipment brought in, organization, and even the structure of the very team. So I'm not saying that the NNL is not good, but what I'm saying, what Vandrezzer is bringing for me is is suitable, for what is obtainable in the top flight. That's the NPFL. So that's exactly how I picture it. So.
But my question to you is and was, what is the attraction in the MPFL?
What really is the attraction? We watched the end of the MPFL, a trophy presentation that was, to me, was an eyesore. A trophy that wasn't even as solid as even maybe the Kenyan Premier League trophy. How much prize money that should be known at the start of the season? We had a certain figure will be given to Akwa United, to eventual winners. What about the travel conditions? Is the refereeing better in the MPFL? Is officiating better? Do you get more money in the MPFL?
I get your point.
Aside the attraction to play on the continent, is there any other attraction to play in the MPFL?
The goals for VFC, I know it's a business entity. It's definitely for business, but again, the MPFL, there may be drama and shenanigans happening in the MPFL, but again, it's still the top flight. It's still the highest level of club football championship in the country. So you can still.
Though it's poor, but it's still
number one in the country. And it's highly rated also in Africa on the African continent.
Highly rated. What number, please?
What number on the continent? I'm not trying to slander our league, but
absolutely,
this is just a George of. We're talking about the league now and how it could be better.
It's a fun talk, definitely.
How it could be better. You agree that it be attractive, right?
It has to. Presentation for last season for me wasn't good. We know about that one, and so many things. Even refereeing, we had issues also in the refereeing standard of the championship. We had issues when it comes to also teams who also walked over. I had a couple of things like that. So yes, it's not really total package yet for the NPFL. Again, like I said earlier, it's the highest level of football in the country. Right on that platform, maybe get into selling players, which for me is a bigger business than if we start looking at maybe, the league is not properly organized, it might miss out on so many things. So be on the platform, use the platform, do what you're doing, be organized, be high concentrated, and do your business on the side, and you get going.
I'm sure the management is listening and we'll take your advice. But so far, we can boast of the fact that Vandrezzer FC in less than 2 years of existence have amassed the accolades of being the most digitally supported team in Nigeria, and also
it's a milestone,
of course, being verified on social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook. Can we mention more? Has a sports science department, has of course broadcast equipment that no other team has. Well, this is not just to brag, it's to encourage other teams and the league that we can do it. Proudly Niger. Well, until mid-season, or rather until off-season, when we'll bring you special packages. Don't forget the VFC End of Season Awards coming up very shortly, and also the second anniversary coming up on the 11th of September, less than a month from now, plus tournaments and a whole lot more. I want to say, make sure you're registered on vandrezzerfc.com, and so that you have your front seats row on all this exciting, of course, actions we're bringing to you. I'm George Essien, and on behalf, of course, of Kelechi Bennett and the rest of the crew that brought you the final action season. It's good night, God bless, and remember, Vandrezzer FC won't walk that road without you.